Hello and welcome to Dear Download, a podcast about Download Festival, festivals in general, the music industry and everything related to rock, alternative and metal. This is our part 2 review of Download Festival 2026. In the previous episode we reviewed Wednesday up to Friday, and on this one we are going to do Saturday and Sunday, everything else the guys can remember, and then a general overview of the festival. Now, as someone who's always with me, I'll introduce, of course, Mr. 22 and the man that listens to one singular Iron Maiden playlist for possibly 2 years. It is Mr. Adam Cox.
Hello, how's it going?
Very good. And shall we introduce the third person you will see? The man that is 6'5" and wears tracksuit bottoms in public. That's right, you heard it here first. It is none other than my own flesh and blood. It is Mr. Adam Bowden. How are you doing?
What's up? How's it going?
Very, very good. So, Coxie, how have you been since the last time we spoke? Have you absorbed Download more now, where you can delve into more days, or is it all still a bit of a blur?
Yeah, a little bit. I've absorbed it a little bit, but I've just been tired. I mean, with the heat as well. I mean, it got pretty hot last week.
Yes.
Which we can talk about in a minute. But yeah, I think because I came back, went straight into work. I felt great when I went back to work, but I think just every evening I'm just exhausted. I haven't even bothered shaving since Download. I haven't been to get a haircut since Download. And it's just little things like I just can't be bothered to do at the minute. So, yeah.
I think post-Download, though, it's totally acceptable to let these things slip because you've just got loads of other stuff going on, I guess. So,
yeah.
Oh, well.
And you're married and you've got no one to impress, so.
That's true, actually. I don't know. I reckon he's not married. No. He's not married.
You better get your hair cut and have a shave, mate.
She's going to leave you, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
So, before we go on, did you want to talk about the heat? Because you were working last week, right?
Yeah.
So, I think you should tell us what it was like. Because if you don't know, if you're a new watcher to this, Adam is a postman, works for Royal Mail, does a hell of a lot of steps and walking. Tell us, how the hell was last week?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the Wednesday and the Thursday, which were the red weather warning days, wasn't it? And on the Wednesday, I was out pretty much all day, like I would normally would. I drank a hell of a lot of water that day. I made sure I had some hydration tablets and all that. But yeah, I think I went through 3 liters of water in 4 hours, like 2.5 that I drank, and the other half a liter just pouring over myself every 20 minutes. And it was okay, you know, with the hydration tablets, I could deal with it. That was up to 32 or 33, I think it was. Then the Thursday, I couldn't even cope for 30 minutes when it was up to 36 degrees. Yeah, I was out in it for about 2 hours, but that was tough. It probably happened a lot across the country, but they basically said to us in our office, be back by 1. I got back just after 1 to the office.
Yeah, I think because they said the worst was between 1 and 3 when it was going to be the highest temperature, which is probably why they got you guys back in.
Yeah. But yeah, that was tough. Like being out, the first hour of being out, went through so much water already. So,
I bet.
And I can see why that temperature is a red weather warning now, because it was, even though it was like 3 or 4 degrees more than the previous day, it was way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was in an AC
you bastard.
office, but it was when you opened the door to go outside, it was like opening the door on a plane, where you were just like, "Oh, I'm in another country now." That's what it felt like. Like go before Adam, quickly, just before we move on to you, brother of mine, Coxer, you don't look that tanned, but you do have a light on you at the moment.
Yeah.
So we can't tell how tanned you actually are,
I don't know,
or if you absorb it well, or if you're just pure. If you're just such a white boy.
That off? That doesn't really help.
I'm pretty much
Sri
Lankan at this point.
Yeah. All right, Adam, brother of mine, how have you been, and how your job is outside and doing all sorts of things, unless you were just in the office all week? So,
well, I was going to say that I might actually be one of the only people who can actually trump Adam this time on his job and the weather, because So I'm a general manager at a removal firm, right? So I essentially run a removal firm, and half of the time I'm in the office, and the other half I'm out helping on the jobs. And it just so happened that the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of last week, I was out on the jobs, and I've been doing this job for a long time now, and it has definitely been like the worst 3 days I've ever had in this job. It was insane. I must have drunk probably the same or more than amount of water than Adam did, and I didn't have one piss all day. I just sweat it all out. I didn't even need to go to the toilet at all. It was mental. It was so hot.
Yeah.
We were on a job, and the customer wasn't there. He went away to do something, and we were meeting him later with his stuff at his new place. And we literally, his hose was still attached, so we just got that bad boy out, and we were all just completely soaking each other with the hose, just standing like this, just like hose me down, like dripping wet. Like you look like you've just got out of a swimming pool, and 10 seconds later you're dry again, and you're like, what the hell just happened? and the worst thing about it is obviously I live in Bournemouth as well, and it's quite breezy around here, and it doesn't normally get as hot here as it does in other parts of the country that are more inland. But there was no wind. There was zero wind. It was, I think, Thursday was 38 degrees.
Yeah, man.
And it was crazy. It was absolutely mental. But, I got through it. And then I got back to the office and sat in the office for about 45 minutes before I went home, because it was just the aircon. And I was just like this at my desk, doing absolutely nothing. Just sitting there like this, going, this is fun. This is great. This is the stuff. And then, like you said, Simon, when you go outside afterwards, it's like getting off. It's like you've gone to Mallorca and got off the plane.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like you've been punched in the face by the heat.
Oh, yeah. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It was 39 here on Thursday,
mental,
which is just absolutely crazy. And I was thinking to myself, just imagine if Download was a couple of weeks later.
Oh, mate.
They'd have to stop the festival.
I don't think
they'd have to say no. They'd have to say it can't go ahead. Those warnings. Yeah, 100%. You couldn't have people exposed to the sun for that heat. The government would not allow it at all.
Yeah, to be fair, because 23 was like on the cusp of being like massively too hot.
Yeah.
And obviously that was 33 degrees, I think it got to.
I think it was 32 around there. Yeah, around that.
32, 33, something like that. And this was like 38, 39 in some parts of the country. So yeah that would have been insane.
We were all dying. I remember that when we were all sitting like around the tents, and we were just all like, oh my God, this is unbearable.
Yeah.
We're just, like you said,
to be
think
fair,
about that.
I just would have lived in the guest area this year and just been in that bar the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it's shaded, where in the arena there's nowhere else that's really shaded, is there, at all?
I have found that.
Screwed.
So we're on to Download now, which is good. I have found that even though Download does offer more shaded areas, it's still not enough. Like, there's still not enough shaded areas in the festival. I still think they could do more shade, whether that be from rain or from sun. I still feel like they've got work to do to get it up
how much effort and money extra money they'd have to spend.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, if they know it's going to be a blazing hot year, or if they know it's going to be a super wet year, they should have like a little bit of a margin in the budget to say we could get some shaded areas to get.
Problem with England though is because our weather's so unpredictable, that could like rapidly change. Like, you don't really know exactly what it's going to be like until maybe a week before. You can get like an inkling whether they think it might be hot or it might be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're setting up the arena the morning that it opens. They could put something up.
Yeah, true.
So,
there was plenty of shaded areas this year. You just missed them. There's loads.
Yeah, you just weren't there.
I walked right past them.
It was more inside than it was outside.
I walked right past them, yeah.
We're back on the live show, aren't we?
You've heard it here first. Download.
General camping
Download will now become. Download will now become
over the
indoor.
whole of Blue Camp is just a roof now.
Oh my God, I'd love that.
Yeah. It's like a tennis court. They can open the roof up and close it whenever they want.
They should just have Download inside an arena now, and you just camp on the pitch.
Somehow, I don't think there's arenas that are big enough. So.
No.
No, you camp in the stands as well. We're all right. We'd do it.
Camp in the stands.
Camp in the stands.
Yeah, camp in the stands.
Over chairs.
You get allocated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get allocated 3 chairs to put your sleeping bag on and just.
Yeah, then you just lay. Yeah, sleeping bags only because it's got a retractable roof, so it just goes. But not going to rain. Everyone's sleeping. They're all climate controlled. They've all got aircon in them anyway, so it'd be perfect. Set it to 20,
lovely.
guys. Set it to 20. We're all grand.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic. Yeah, sounds great.
See? Thank you. There you go. You heard it here first, guys. Download 2029 indoors. Right. Shall we move on then? Let's move on. So we left it. The last time we went through was Thursday evening? No, Friday evening.
Yeah. And I remembered what I did Friday night before we moved past that. Because I couldn't remember.
I don't remember last time. Did you say that you couldn't remember what you'd done Friday night?
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but it is nothing too exciting, but I remember, so I wanted to say it.
Go on.
But Friday night was when Story of the Year were booked to do a secret acoustic set. And
nice.
I so wanted to go to it. I really, really wanted to go. I got to about 11:45 when they were on at 12. I was just too exhausted. I was too shattered. I couldn't make it. So I ended up going to bed around midnight, I think. But I still got quite drunk at the campsite.
Nice.
But yeah, so I know I said Wednesday I went to bed sober. I was drunk pretty much the rest of the time. So
Okay. Oh, I'm actually sad that you missed them now. I didn't think you would miss them.
Me too. I was looking forward to it, but no, I was knackered.
I'm indifferent about it.
Good. Cool. Right, we can move on now.
Doesn't really care.
Okay,
let's move on then. So, like I said, that's what Adam done. Last time we left it, the band's on the Friday. So how did your Friday mornings... First of all, Coxie, were you hungover because you got too drunk on...
No, I didn't have a hangover at all. Any days.
Oh my God. Adam, brother of mine?
I was fine.
Any hangovers on Saturday morning?
Yeah, that was the worst one.
Yeah.
That was the worst one out of the lot. That was the day that I was supposed to go with Adam to the mixer. And apparently he came to our tent to see if we were up and ready to go. And I was dead to the world.
Yeah. Dean kind of put his head up and waved at me and then put his head back down again. So that, right, I'm not going to bother them. Let's just go.
I can't believe you didn't go.
No, I didn't get out. I don't think I got out of the tent until about maybe 2:00 in the afternoon on Saturday.
Disgraceful behaviour, that is. I can't believe you didn't go.
Well, hey, listen, when in Rome,
Sleep. Is that what you're trying to say? When in Rome,
join
just
orgies.
go to sleep. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go. Yes, please continue.
Wear weird
He's like,
dress.
do as the Romans do.
Wear
Like, sorry, I don't
sandals.
understand.
Eat grapes. Orgies and sleeping. That is what Adam's. Well, pretty much what Adam's download consists of, apart from the orgy bit.
Not these days, anyway.
That we know of. That we know of. Or I can vouch for some particularly horrid behaviour in Download 2006, but we'll move on quickly.
Let's skip that part.
So, Coxie, so what did you do Friday? I keep thinking Saturday morning, sir.
Yeah, so Saturday morning was the drinks mixer with meeting the RIP team, and so I want to go into it in a little bit more detail than I did last time. But I was emailing them most days saying, look, we can't get into RIP. We've been given these wristbands for the live show, which gets us in Wednesday. How are we going to get in there? And I just kept getting emails back saying something about, oh yeah, no, meet us here. And I'm like, well, that's in RIP. I can't get in there to meet you there. So I finally managed to work out where I had to meet them. And it was basically where we got our accreditation, the artist accreditation. There's a little road there that you can go from RIP to the guest area. There's some traffic lights there this year. I don't think there were last year, but and the email said that you need to go through the arena, through the guest area, and then back on yourself to get to that. And I thought you can get there down the road, where you cross the road on the way from General to the arena. but I wasn't sure if they would allow me to. So I made sure I left way early enough, just in case I had to go all the way into the arena and back on myself. But so I was there about 25 minutes early. So I just sat on my own, waiting for about 25 minutes. A lady called Flo came up to meet me. She had like a little thing with her name on because I'd never met her. It said Flo. So I walked across the road to meet her. And I said at that time, I had no idea how exclusive this was, how many people had been invited. Could have been all the artists, could have been hardly anyone. And I just stood there waiting with her for a couple of minutes. And then I looked at sort of the other side of the track, and it was Sappenin Podcast. And so clearly they were there for it as well. They'd been invited. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, we had been invited to something that Sappenin had been invited to. And then Flo walked the three of us through RIP to the courtyard area, which again was cool, just being escorted through RIP with Sappenin, because they're both famous as hell, and funny as hell. So yeah, I was sat with them for a little while. We were some of the first people there. I had a bit of a chat with them. I didn't really want it. It was kind of awkward because we had all arrived at the same time, so we kind of all sat on the same bench. And it was like, I don't want it to seem like I'm only talking to them because we're all sat there, or it was a little bit awkward. But at that point, I couldn't move away either. I was just stuck there.
Yeah. It would have looked weird if you just got up and moved.
Yeah, and moved to another empty table. So yeah, I didn't really know how to react. But we had a small conversation, so that was really cool.
It's just some podcast friends hanging out, man.
I was going to say, why are you saying that we're in the same place Sappenin? We're a better podcast, so sounds fine. No, I
disagree. Sappenin are fucking hilarious.
Sounds good.
So good.
Just because it's funny doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would love to be as good as them. And that's not a slight on us. Well, we are good, but they are good. Gooder, I think. In my opinion. But yeah, anyway, it was cool. But he's famous as well. He's in a band. Played the legendary 2009 the Blackout, didn't they? It's like, so he's like Andy Copping's mate. I said to him at one point, actually, we didn't apply for press last year, but I went there on the Friday with Stu to the guest area, and the point they opened the press area, Sappenin were already in there, so I kind of assumed they make them sort of part of the staff for the weekend.
So they could just go anywhere pretty much.
Yeah, and not just press like us. They're sort of a next level of press. But I was talking to them like they stay in a hotel, and I said, "Oh, do they pay for that then, or do you?" But no, they pay for it themselves. Download don't pay for it. But anyway, this was about the drinks mixer, not Sappenin. But yeah, it was really cool to sit and chat with them. I wish because you said a few times that you used to go to parties all the time with Sean Smith.
I hung out with him so much back in the day because my girlfriend was one of his mates. I know this was 15, 16 years ago, so I don't expect him to remember me, but if I see him in person, we will have a conversation that will trigger a lot of things, because I was there for music videos for the Blackout.
Really?
So much stuff. Yeah, loads of stuff. So I'll have to refresh his memory with some of the stuff that I was at.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I at the time, I'm sure you would have said her name at one point, but I couldn't remember. I would have said, "Oh yeah," and then I do it with you, and then try and get to that far as well. Anyway, and so the drinks mixer. I mean, we've had a load of photos that were sent to us as well, which is really, really cool. I haven't had a professional photo taken of me for
No, I was going to say, like, Adam, brother of mine, you should have gone, because he's got some sick professional photos now. They look so good. I was like, oh my God, what he looks like he's in with all the like nice VIPs and they're all standing around and you're like, yeah, hello. It's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I spoke to Quenny for a little bit, who booked us for she booked us every year, but she kind of climbed the ranks a little bit. like I've never got a chance to talk to her properly. She always gets called away because something's happening. And the same happened at the drinks mixer. She was on the radio. It was like, okay, I got to go and sort this out. So, but I still managed to chat to her for about 10 minutes before that happened.
Nice.
And then I was chatting to another two guys, like I said, who run pretty much the top guys who run RIP, organize it, set everything up. Who we are going to try and get on to interview at some point. But yeah, they were bringing plates of food out and bottled drinks, glass bottle drinks, like buckets of ice, and it was very, very cool. And there was maximum of about 20 people there.
Wow!
So it was it was very cool to be invited to it, and we will do whatever we can to climb the ranks of Download as well. No, to help them out. I was talking to the guy, what I said last episode. I was genuinely talking to the guy, and when I said, like, I don't know how we can help you. It sounds like you want us to advertise this, but you don't need advertising. But I'd love to just chat to him anyway. We don't normally do interviews. It's not really our thing, but we just love learning about what happens and what goes on behind the scenes and stuff like that. So
yeah, love that stuff.
Yeah. We will be doing more with them hopefully, and if they offer us more, we'll probably accept it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Like showcase what RIP is about. Say give us one of those tour buses.
We'll do everything we can to get back to Download, and especially play next year, except for play on the Wednesday. Anyway, let's move on. Adam, brother of mine, so your Saturday started with you very much in bed dying, I assume.
Correct. That was pretty much the morning of Download.
What time did you crawl out of your pit, finally?
About 1-ish.
So half the day had gone by that
before.
point.
I've slept in later than that before, but Saturday is the day where it all starts to sort of catch up with me. And so I needed that extra time to recuperate and sleep and get some energy back. That's pretty much it. When I got something to eat, me and Dean had a iced coffee again in the morning.
Nice. Just
chilled out for a bit. I think I got into the arena for about 2:30-ish.
Okay. That's not too
if I can remember correctly.
Late for you, to be fair. Coxie,
no.
What did you do after the mixer then? Did you go straight to the arena, or did you go back and then to the arena?
Yeah, so I went straight to the arena. When it finished, it was going to be around the time of Drowning Pool going on. So I was gutted to start with because the mixer was going to be the same time as Drowning Pool.
Right.
But because Drowning Pool had problems getting out of America, they switched their slot with As Everything Unfolds. So As Everything Unfolds went on the second stage, moved on to the second stage, and then gave Drowning Pool their later slot, which was on the Dogtooth stage. Just so happened to be before Self-Deception.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I didn't actually watch much of them because I knew I wanted to get to the barrier for Self-Deception. So I was stood at the side, right at the front, at the side of the tent, ready to dart in to get to the barrier. But yeah, nice. I think when I got before that, I got a couple of beers, drank them, and then I knew I didn't want to need the toilet during Self-Deception, and I wanted to have some beers, so I went and got a couple of. I think I went to the guest area, got a couple of strawberry Copperbergs, and I was carrying those things around for about an hour and a half. Just not wanting to leave Self-Deception to get a beer, but not wanting to drink them and need a toilet during it. So yeah, I was just taking.
So when they started, did you just start to down both of them? Like, yeah,
pretty much.
Come on, baby.
Pretty much, yeah. I was just stood at the barrier with both of them, and I was drinking them. They got to about half full, and I was still drinking them. I thought, why don't I just pour one into the other? now, so I got a hand free.
Nice. So you watched a little bit of Drowning Pool.
Yeah, it was packed.
well-
The tent for Drowning Pool was absolutely packed.
Really?
So busy, yeah.
Nice. What were they
time
like?
was that, Ads? Drowning Pool, did you say?
I think it was about 2:30.
Yeah, I thought so.
So it would have been when Adam was
'Cause
getting in.
Yeah, no, so I sat down with the guys for a little while, with Luke and that lot, and me and Dean, and I think we were watching, who was it? I think we were watching Black Veil Brides, but because we were sitting really far back, just sitting down, I could hear Drowning Pool playing in the Dogtooth behind me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, the hell? It's like, what the hell was that? I was like, oh, Drowning Pool are on. But at that point, I was so tired, and I just walked in, and I just sat down and just got some drinks.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fine. I can hear them from here.
Nice. So Ad, how were Drowning Pool then? I know you watched them kind of.
Yeah, they were great. It sounded great. Like I said, I couldn't really see that well. It was so busy, and I saw our mate Andrew from
Nice.
Anti-Saint, but he looked very busy. I was going to offer him one of my beers if I saw him. I was like, hey, have this. But he went from like the backstage area down to the sound desk literally a couple of minutes before they were meant to start. So he was practically running. So I assume he wasn't actually playing bass for them this time, just doing the sound. But yeah, he looked very busy. Yeah, and they were great. I've said before, Bodies is one of my least favourite songs of theirs. But I mean, so many people were there to watch Bodies.
Yeah, I like that song. I like that
it's a
song a lot.
classic,
But they do
Yeah.
have some other really, really good songs as well. So it's it's an anthem. We can't deny that it is an anthem. But Drowning Pool also have some other really, really good songs.
Yeah, but yeah, they were great. Everything's too short though. I want to complain about this. Well, when they give bands 25, 30 minutes, like it's not long enough. Just take just one band maybe off of each stage, or maybe a couple bands. Oh, cat. Couple of bands off each stage, and give everybody like 40 to 45 minutes. You know, that would be good. I would love that.
I feel like that's kind of what it is back in the day. When you look at the lineups, there's less bands on there, and everyone has a little bit more time. Now there's twice the amount of bands, but everyone has less time, and it kind of feels a little bit like half an hour. That's what you give a local band when they're playing in a pub. It's not what you give to a band that's flown across the ocean to come and play for 30 minutes. So I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. Less bands, give the bands more time. I'm well up for that.
Yeah, because I think it's the middling to big bands that sell the tickets anyway. You know, if you got rid of 2 bands off of every single stage every day, what's that? 12 bands? Hang on, I can't work.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Though. I don't think that's going to make ticket sales dip.
No, it still would have sold out. Maybe 24 bands if it's 2. Yeah,
I feel like. Go on, yeah.
Definitely would have sold out still if they got rid of the lowest bands on each stage.
Do you know what I think? I think, and I don't compare Download and Bloodstock because they're 2 festivals, 2 different types, 2 different sizes. But Bloodstock don't try to please everyone. They literally just say, this is what we are. These are the bands we put on. This is what we do. I think one of Download's problems these days is they're trying to please too many people. And they feel like instead of just saying, this year we got a little bit more of this, they try to please everyone and cover all the bases. And sometimes it makes the lineup flow a little bit messy, and also bands not getting a lot of time because they're thinking, we won't just book 8 bands on this stage. We'll book 12 bands on this stage because we can get in as many genres as we possibly can. So I'm totally in agreement with that. But it does kind of feel like over the last, since Download returned, really, they're trying to cover all the bases when in fact they should just go, look, this is the lineup. It's good. And kind of just be happy and, confident in your lineup.
Yeah.
Rather than just trying to go,
agree.
we need this kind of band. We need that kind of band. Oh God, we got to cover all these bases or people won't come. They will come. Like you said, they'll come for the top 12 bands. and everything else is a bonus, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that totally.
I find myself seeing less and less bands these days anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think compared to back in the day, like where we used to try and go and see as many bands as we possibly could and squeeze it all into the day, I find this, like over the last 5 years, there's been some days where I've seen 3 bands. Do you know what I mean?
Is that just because it's so overwhelming because there is so many bands?
And it can be, and sometimes and obviously the good thing about having gone so many years and been going for so long is now I can be a bit more choosy when I'll be like, oh, I've seen them before. I'm not going to be in any rush. If I catch them, then fair play. I'll watch them and listen to them. But now I can be like, I've seen them before. I'm not overly excited about going to see them, so I'll just pass on that this time. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of the attitude that I have now.
Yeah. I suppose a lot of people are the same, especially when you've been going for a long time. And, not that Download has repeats, but obviously bands do play over and over again. And then you're like, oh, well, I saw those guys, 6-8 years ago. They were good, but I don't really feel like I need to see them anymore. So I get that totally. And we'll leave rushing to every single band to all the younglings, because that's what we were doing.
That's right.
Rushing to see as many,
Yeah, of course we were.
Staying for as many bands as possible. So, Coxie, so Self-Deception, we're next. We'll quickly talk about Self-Deception, and then Adam will talk about your first band. So, how Self-Deception, and I'm pretty sure you got a space right at the front.
Yep. They were
Lovely.
incredible.
That's not surprising.
It was loud. I'll say that. I've never thought about protecting my ears. I know it's something I should have been doing for a long time, but I never usually get close enough to the front. Even though I know I should anyway. But yeah, right at the front, they were testing the kick drum or something like that, and it was just like a shockwave. It was like all of us at the front went, "Whoa, what was that?" And that made me think, I probably should be wearing some earplugs right now. So I do need to get some.
You do need to get some. But
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it was incredible. So Alexander and Vicky made their way. So they were right next to me as well.
Nice.
And we all really enjoyed it. It played 5 songs, so exactly the same as I said a minute ago. Give them more time. And this was, they started 4 in the afternoon, I think it was. 4 or 4:30, and they still only had half an hour. So yeah, 5 songs wasn't enough. But we absolutely loved it. I was singing along to every single song, every single word. The bassist, at one point, he had a camera on the end of his bass as well, recording stuff, and he came out. He's a bit, I want to say eclectic, but I don't know if that's the right word.
Eccentric.
He's
eccentric.
That's the one, yeah.
He is definitely eccentric. When we saw him him in Bristol, he was wearing some crazy shit, mad.
Basically, Wes Borland. He does what Wes Borland does, and wants to be noticed, let's say. So yeah, he jumped over the barrier, came out, and he was like, "Yeah, circle pit around me," and he was just playing his bass with a circle pit. And then he came back, so he actually climbed over me to get to the circle pit, pretty much.
Nice.
And then when he came back, he sat on the barrier right next to me, and that was cool. And
that's awesome.
It made me feel good because I knew, I know I've said this, everyone around had phones out. And I was like, I'm just going to enjoy this moment. This is cool. I'm going to remember this. And everyone with phones out, because that's probably, that's what's going to happen if someone famous comes in. You get your phone out to record it. Not bashing those people, because, like I said, I wish I had more videos and pictures of the early years to remind me what I did. But yeah, I just was in the moment of loving it, singing it, headbanging. And it felt like he was there forever, but it was only about 15 seconds, and they went back up on stage again. But it felt good. That felt really good.
Nice. It's a shame that, and I know how much of a good band they are live. It's such a shame that they only got half an hour, which is criminal, really, if you think about it. At least 40 minutes, 45 minutes, get some more tunes in. 5 songs is so little. It's ludicrous.
Yeah.
To play 5 songs. Absolutely mad. Oh well, I'm glad you had a good time, dude. I know how much of a Self-Deception fan you are, so I already know how much of a good time you were having, which is unbelievable.
Cool.
Adam, brother of mine, what was the first band that you saw? So you were sitting down. Who were you sitting down and watching?
So the band that I saw first, we got in there. I was like, the band I saw started at I think it was 3:20. So I got in there about 2:30, sat down, had some drinks with the guys, and we watched a band that I've never seen live before or ever really listened to any of their music. I've heard of them. Obviously, they're on the main stage at Download. But we watched Black Veil Brides. Mm-hmm. And their songs were okay, to be honest. But what I really liked about them is they sounded really fucking good live.
Nice.
Like, really good. The singer's vocals were really good. The band sounded really good as well. Like I said, I didn't know any of the songs. I didn't know any of the lyrics or anything like that. But from the actual sound of the band sounded really, really good live.
Sick.
Probably
they're
not a
a
band
huge
that I'm
band.
going to go and start listening to or anything. But they sounded really good and I enjoyed it, to be honest.
When you just want to sit there, you're not sure about a band, or you're just sitting back and you're just relaxing. If a good band is on, it's just all about having good music. So as long as they sounded really good, then awesome.
Yeah. It was good. It was good experience. Yeah.
And then where did you go after that then?
After that, I stayed where I was and watched Baby Metal.
Nice. Right. The main question is, did it rain for Baby Metal?
No.
Oh my god!
No, it did not. It was fucking hot.
Really?
We were just sitting there cooking, and then Baby Metal coming on, and I was like, "Something's not right here, guys." I was like, "It's not." I was like, "It might start raining." By the way, I was saying to everyone, they were like, "What are you on about?" I said, "Well, they're cursed, aren't they? Every time they play here, it absolutely pisses down.
Notoriously cursed."
But again, I feel like I said about Electric Callboy last episode, is I kind of feel about Baby Metal the same way. Was I do like their songs. Every time I hear a Baby Metal song, I was like, this is a good song, this is fun, it's different. And I'm a big anime fan as well, so it just sounds like anime soundtracks when they're singing. It's great.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I don't go out of my way to listen to them. I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of them, but every time I hear them live or just hear one of their songs on the radio or on a playlist or something, I enjoy it, and I think it's fun, and they put on a really good show, and everyone seems to enjoy it there, because it's all just, they put on a dance performance as well as a singing performance, don't they? So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to just chill and enjoy, to be honest.
I think the consensus for Baby Metal is they're just really good live. Like, the band are fantastic.
Yeah, they're really good live.
The girls are great. All of the dance moves, the vocals, it's all just really solid, good live stuff. I think so. I'm the same as you. There are some Baby Metal songs I would stick on, but I'm not like a fan of Baby Metal. But Baby Metal live, if there's nothing else going on, really I will gladly watch a Baby Metal show and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Which is, what about Coxie? What's your Baby Metal thoughts?
I do really like Baby Metal. I don't think I can listen to them as much as I used to. I used to put them on, maybe not loads, but a bit. But yeah, I do still like them. I would watch them live. I think it was pretty much the same time as Self-Deception they were on, so I couldn't see them. But yeah, love them.
Baby Metal will come back at some point, and I'm sure at some point they'll be sub-headliner, or they'll headline one of the stages, I'm sure, because they always seem to draw an absolutely... How was the crowd, Ad? Was it big? Because they always get a huge
rammed,
crowd.
To be fair.
Yeah.
It was busy.
They've always been one of the most popular, even in 2018, which... was it 2018? No, 2016, the first time they played. Even though it pissed down, crowd was just insanely big, and same with 2018 as well. So, yeah. So, Coxie, what did you do after Self-Deception, sir?
I think I went back to camp. For a little bit.
You've surprised me, because all you do for a job is walk around. And this is the second time in this you've said that you've gone back to the tents, which is, if you've never been to Download before, it is not a short walk at all. It is a long, annoying walk. So I'm just surprised that this is the second time already you've said, and I went back to the tents.
Yeah. I can't remember why now. I think I wanted to drink some more beer.
You were probably, I know you. You were on a Self-Deception high, and you were like, I want to get tanked now because I'm in a really good mood.
Yeah, Yeah, I think I went back to the tents. I saw a little bit of Trivium. Sat down. I can't remember the timing of how long after they were on. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I went back. I didn't have any afternoon naps this year, so I didn't go home because I wanted a nap. I went back because I wanted to drink some alcohol.
Nice.
And yeah, I think I went back in to meet Alexander. It must have been just before Trivium were on, because we were sat down for Trivium for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So we didn't really pay too much attention for Trivium, but yeah, I got back there around when they were on, and around the incident on the big wheel.
Oh, the big wheel. Should we talk about that? We'll delve into that.
There was an
quickly.
incident on the big wheel.
Oh, shut up! You, how could you
I'm serious.
not?
No, I can tell by his eyes.
I'm being 100% serious.
He's not serious. He knows what it is.
On my mother's life, I swear to you, I did not have a clue that there was an incident on the big wheel.
What are you talking about? It's been all over social media. How could you not have seen it?
I don't look at social media.
All right, okay, I'll break it down for you. Okay. So, in the middle of the day on the Saturday, and I've heard stories about things happening on the wheel. I know someone who has been, how can I put this without being too pulled off? That's quite a nice way of saying it. I know someone who has been pulled off on there, and I know someone that has been sucked off on there. But none of these incidents were in the day, and they weren't blatant. So what happened, Dad, was an OnlyFans, I'll use the words model loosely.
Okay, I didn't know about
that. Two people basically started to have sex on the Ferris wheel, and then the Ferris wheel goes around very slowly. But they weren't just having sex on it like sitting down, so people would go, oh, someone's getting frisky. They were full-blown stood up, so everyone could see, and she was banging and sucking him off.
Dude,
and
there's kids that go to that festival.
That's what I mean. Like in the evening, done it discreetly. I know it's still bad, but that is very different because you're doing it.
Yeah,
you're doing it so someone
do it on the sly or whatever.
That's what I mean. You're doing it on the sly so someone doesn't see. And if someone saw you, you would stop because you're a normal human being. But this was a stunt, so they were filming it for OnlyFans. They put cameras up there.
I didn't know that either.
Then they banged, basically, and everyone could see, and then there was loads of complaints, and when they got off the Ferris wheel, everyone was shouting stuff at them, throwing stuff at them. Basically, everyone went wild, and then all the memes started, like, everywhere for the first few days. Obviously, I was at a cabin, and I was looking at all these memes like, what on earth has happened? And then it came out and I was like, oh my word. But for the first few hours, they just thought it was normal people, but it has been confirmed she does OnlyFans. Right. And they film stuff on OnlyFans. So it was a stunt basically for OnlyFans. Since, I'm not sure they've been prosecuted, but they've both lost their day jobs because of it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Good.
Apparently.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah, good. So,
good. There's children that go to that festival, and that ain't right.
Yeah.
If it was an adults only, I'm not saying it's still acceptable, but it's a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If it was an adults only festival. But, like, dude, people bring their, like, kids who are of an impressionable age there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know a baby's not going to know what's going on, but, like, a 13 to, like, 16-year-old will know what's going on, and even younger than that, maybe. And it's like, that's the last thing they want to be that your parents want you seeing when you go to a rock festival. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if these people are actual downloaders. You know, if they go every year and they just thought, oh, we do this OnlyFans thing, should we do something at download?
Right.
Like, do it in the tents. Do it in your tent. Film as many videos as you want. It's your little private space, you know, and say, oh, bang that download video or whatever these people want to make. And that would still make... I don't understand why you need to do it in the middle of the day. So I don't know what further repercussions are going to happen from it, but the word on the street is that they both lost their day jobs. That's about it. I don't even know if they can legally release the footage, although people do stuff in public and still release it on OnlyFans. So I think technically they can, but I don't know what measures Download are going to take to stop this person releasing that footage. So it might never ever come to light, or you might get to pay for it on OnlyFans. So I'm sure her OnlyFans count went up tenfold. No, as they say, no bad publicity is good publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
I'm just asking for a friend. What's her username?
I'll send it to you later. I'll give you
I'm asking for a friend.
I know, and I'll Adam, I'll give
not
you
for
my
me.
friends. I'll give you my friends 15% friends discount. Okay.
Okay, cheers, mate. Thank you. And
Good
I'll
stuff.
give that straight to my friend when you've handed it.
Of
to
course,
me.
of
Cheers,
course,
mate.
of course.
Cool.
But yeah, so that was the incident.
Yeah,
But
so-
Coxie, did you witness it, or did you know that it was happening?
No,
or-
well, I mean,
Witness it.
knowing that it was for OnlyFans and it was a stunt, I kind of feel dirty talking about it and giving them more.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll stop talking
spotlight.
about it, but we had to at least mention it.
Yeah,
you know.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
completely agree with Adam. It's awful, wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone thought it was funny at the time. I got there just after it happened, so I met up with Alexander and Roxanne, and they were sat pretty much underneath the wheel when it was happening. So
Like
Roxanne,
this.
Roxanne took some pictures.
Yeah.
Why not say that online? I don't know.
Well, no, loads of people took photos because they're all
Yeah.
they're all over the place. So yeah.
They're all over the
and
place,
and
mate.
then went into significant detail about everything that happened, what places things happened. But yeah, so she said that they got off not expecting. Well, they got off, and then they got off not. Yes.
Nice.
I just walked off, but then came back like 10 minutes later and hoping that people had forgotten, but they hadn't. They just got a big cheer when they came back as well. Or a round of applause or something like that. But
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck them. Let's stop talking about them now. Then fuck them.
yeah, I hope
Totally.
they do lose more stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
Same.
or possibly a ban from download might happen. That might be downloads thing is they'll just
Yeah.
be banned from download.
yeah, cool.
Possibly.
Anyway, yes, but yeah. like I
Anyway,
said,
let's move on. So
Move
so that happened. Then you were going to say what band what did you do after that? After you'd watched the show on the
Me.
Ferris wheel, what did you do?
just
Oh,
after
right,
I got
yeah.
there. I know, it happened just before I got. I went to watch All American Rejects with Alexander.
Ooh,
But we
baby.
didn't get in the tent, so we only stood outside listening to it, and I was still quite pissed at this point. So we were just chatting more than anything. Yeah, I listened to a couple of songs. It didn't sound great, but we were outside, so I wouldn't judge it too much from where I was.
Get you.
One interest. So a shout out to I can't remember who it was, but so they did comment. A shout out to the person who was stood just on the outskirts of the tent with a Dear Download hoodie on.
Hey,
Alexander pointed out, "Was like, look at the hoodie. It's amazing."
nice.
Yeah, I didn't know who it was. I didn't recognize the person. And then after maybe 30, 40 minutes, I went to the toilet and I looked back and Alexander was pointing. And this person with the hoodie was about to walk past me. I was like, because I'd seen where he was over by over by the avalanche stage. I wasn't expecting him to be so close to me. So like, I was pissed. So I just let out some gibberish. It was like, "Hey, man, hello," sort of thing. And then that's what happened. Otherwise, I would have been cool about it and been like, "Hey, man, thanks for your support. I really appreciate everything you do." I shake his hand just after I've been for a wee. One man's wee is another man's treasure or whatever it is.
Passing on the love, baby.
But yeah, no, I was quite embarrassed about that. But yeah, it was great to see that person. But yeah, All American Rejects were great. It was very, very busy.
That's good.
And then-
That's good because I like All American Rejects a lot. They're a very good band, so I'm glad that they had a big crowd.
Yeah,
And that's a big tent, like we said before. That's not a small tent to pack out. If that tent's packed, there are a lot of people in there.
yeah. And then I went to Guns N' Roses after that. So if you want to check in with Adam,
Yeah, so Adam, what did you
Perfect.
do? So what? Wait, who did you see
I-
last? Baby Metal.
So Baby Metal, and then I watched the amazing, fantastic live band that is Trivium.
Oh, nice. Did you see it?
I watched it all. It was
Oh.
fucking fantastic.
They're so good live, aren't
They're
they?
great. They're always great.
Were they still doing all of the Ascendancy, or was it a best of?
No, it was the best of.
Nice. That's what I
It was the
wanted
best
from
of,
them.
which is what you want. It's what it's. To be fair, I know we've spoken about this before, but it's kind of all I want, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to like a specific band gig, and they're playing like an anniversary album or whatever, like that's awesome. And if I want to go and see that, I'll see that. But if I'm going to a festival, I want every band that I'm going to go and see to just play their best songs. Essentially, I want them to play a best of.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
And that's what Trivium did, and it was awesome.
I agree. Nice, yeah. Like,
they were sick.
I'm gutted that I missed them the last time they played, and I was like, damn, I really should have watched them. And obviously, it'll be a little while till they come back now. But after seeing them headline Bloodstock, I won't be missing another show.
What was really funny is, this is how I remember it anyway. I'm pretty sure this is how it was. So Dean left early on Saturday because he had stuff to do. He had to get to work and all that, and he was whatever. So Dean left on Saturday, and he left just before Trivium. so it was really funny because he left, and then Trivium came on stage, and me and Luke were looking at each other like, maybe it is true.
Sorry, it just clicked.
The rumours. Okay, so yeah,
just got it.
What we're explaining is our friend Dean looks a hell of a lot like Matt Heafy from Trivium, like really a lot
Adam,
like him.
In the edit, could you just put a picture of Dean?
Yeah, I will do.
On the screen right now.
I've got two to send you. I've got two to send you where he looks. It's insane. It's almost identical. I'll send them to you. Put them on screen now.
Yeah. So you guys will see. You'll be looking at now Dean next to Matt Heafy and seeing that I'm pretty sure if they're not the same person, they were definitely separated at birth.
Yes, definitely. But they were good then. They played all the bangers.
Oh, they were awesome, man. They're always good. I love seeing Trivium. They're fantastic. They're always good live. Lot of energy, lot of fun, nice and loud, decent.
Nice. And then what came next? Was it Guns N' Roses then for both of you?
No.
What came after?
Shit, man.
Okay, so where did you go after Trivium then, Ad?
I went Architects, bro.
All right, cool. Right, okay, we'll get Adam on the Architects first, then we'll throw to main stage headliner. The one thing I've heard about Architects is they were constantly interrupted because there was fighting and the pits were too mental.
Correct.
Then they had to tell everyone to stop moshing and stand still and watch the band.
What?
Dude, it's hilarious. So, dude. So I'll run you through it.
Yeah.
You might, in fact, Simon, you might actually see some of that from. Oh no, did I film anything? Yeah, I did. I've got to send you some more videos, Simon, that I filmed on my phone and not on my glasses. I'll send them to you.
Send them to me. Yeah.
I got some Architects video. So essentially, what happened was, I think they got about 3. I'll say this before I say anything. When they were actually playing, I'm a massive Architects fan. They sounded fucking awesome. I love that second stage anyway. We were in a really good spot.
It's got so much better. Yeah.
Oh, dude, so much better.
Don't you remember, like 2022, we were saying, sound on the second stage isn't quite good. And then 23, we're like, it's getting better. And by 2024,
last year,
it's like best sounding stage.
Do you remember last year when the Darkness were playing and that guy was standing next to me?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
He was one of the sound guys. He was talking to me and he was like, so what do you reckon, mate? I said, it sounds really good, but I can't hear Justin's vocals very well. So the rest of the band sounds good. And then he got on his walkie-talkie. Turn the vocals up. They turned the vocals up. I was like, oh, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. I can hear him. That was great. I forgot about that. But yeah, back to Architects. So when they were actually playing, they sounded absolutely amazing. Like I'm whether you. I actually don't even think I've spoken to you, Simon, about Architects. But I don't know if you're a fan or not.
I saw them headline Bloodstock. I like them a lot. I don't go out of my way to listen to them, but every now and then when I've got a playlist on or an album, it finishes and an Architects song comes on, and I'm like, this is fat. This is sick.
This is good. Yeah.
I'm pretty much.
But yeah, so I'm a big Architects fan. I go out of my way to listen to them quite often. So they sounded amazing, but then all the shit started happening, and this is the stuff that we spoke about in the last episode about people just being fucking pussies, right? So it stopped the first time, and they were like, right, doing the normal thing. Someone's hurt, blah blah blah. We're just going to stop for a minute. Cool. Sweet. All right. We were all used to it by this point. Do you know what I mean? So we were just like, cool, whatever. Here we go again. And then it happened again about 15 seconds later after they started again. And then Sam, the lead singer, started shouting at the security. He was like, He was literally word for word. He was like, I've got one fucking person telling me in one ear that I can fucking go. I've got someone else in my other ear telling me to fucking stop. He's like, make up your fucking minds what you want me to do. And then he went off stage. He just walked off. And he was off stage for maybe about 10 minutes. And then the drummer came down and started talking to us and just saying, listen, everyone's got to be careful. We're saying that everything's a bit too rough and all that kind of stuff. And we need everyone to calm down a bit, blah, blah, blah. We this is a dream for us to be headlining, at this festival. It's, we love you guys and we love being here and all this. And we want it to continue. We don't want them to shut us down. And so then Sam came back on and then he spoke for a little while. And then literally, I think they started playing a song and then they cut him off halfway through that song again. And he was just like, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. And he was just pacing up and down the stage. And then he was like, well, I might as well just talk to you lot while I'm here then. And he was just whatever and talking for a bit. And then he went off again and the security team were talking to him. And then he came back out and he was like, right. He's like, this is the only way we're going to be allowed to continue. He goes, everyone needs to calm down a bit. And you could see it in his face. He was just like, I know. He goes, I know. Oh, everyone needs to calm down. We need to stop it. We need to be safe. We need to be all this. And everyone was like, and me and Luke and all that, were just like, fucking hell, this is just mental. We're at a metal festival. And
I know,
everyone's
it's
told
ludicrous.
to calm down. And,
Ludicrous.
and then they eventually, and this must have been about 20 minutes all in all, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes all in all. I'm pretty sure they played longer than they should have done, because they must have gave him extra time. And then they played their set, and then it got to the point where, like, after a few songs had gone by and no one was getting injured anymore, he was like, right, I repeat, I am not telling you to open this shit up. So he had to get to the point where he had to say everything opposite because then he'd be liable kind of situation because they told him to stop. And he was like, what was he saying? He was saying, instead of mosh pits, he was saying pish mots or something. He was like, I want to see some pish mots in here. Because he wasn't actually saying the right thing, but that was the best thing. Is like, we were cracking. It was like, I'm not telling you to open it up right now.
That's so good.
It's
Do you know what's
great.
weird about that? Is the complete opposite of Bring Me the Horizon, where Ollie was continuously calling the fan and the crowd a bunch of pussies because they weren't moshing enough.
Yeah.
Like, that is just like the complete opposite things. Oh my god.
But the thing is, they're a fucking hardcore band, man. They're going mental. Their drops are insane. That's the music that people want to just fucking rip somebody's face off to. Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of music that's supposed to do that to you. And it's like, again, I'm going to say it again, it's got to be some unexperienced, like, young people down there getting hurt. It has to be. It's not going to be people our age, because even if people our age are in the mosh pits and stuff, we know what we're doing. We know if it's getting a bit too much. We know that we have to fucking eat enough during the day and drink enough water and stuff like that. We know that. Do you know what I mean? And also, I've been punched in the face multiple times in mosh pits before, and do you know what I do? I fucking wipe the blood away and crack on.
I don't think it's
like
that.
A real man.
I think that phone culture has changed the crowds so much at metal festivals.
That's what Adam said last episode.
That
yeah.
When back in the day, the whole crowd would be going insane, right? Because that's what it was like. I mean, bodies climbing over each other, like crazy. Yeah. And now, when the crowd kind of gets worked up into a bit of a frenzy, which would have been perfectly normal 15 years ago, because they're so used to people just standing there filming with their phones and moving a little bit.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, even.
It looks like chaos and like it's unsafe and like people are getting hurt, even though they may not be. So I think security are just looking at it in general and going, oh my God, everyone's going mental. We need to stop this right now because it looks unsafe. But I don't actually think it is. If someone's hurt, stop the show. That's totally fair. But there's no way there could be that many people getting hurt over. I just think literally the place was going crazy. But that's normally not what happens at shows now. Normally what happens at shows is...
Maybe it is a mix of that. Maybe it is because the security have seen so many people get injured. Now they're like, whoa, like, we need to stop, like, it's going too crazy. But that just seems fucking mental to me.
Yeah.
We're at a metal festival. Like, the whole point is to go mental, to run around in circle pits and do walls of death and crowd surf and do all the things you're supposed to do at a metal festival. And now we're being told that people essentially can't really do that anymore. What do they want us to do? Stand around with our hands in our pockets? Like, it's stupid.
Yeah,
and you're right though about the phone culture. I think, and what Adam mentioned last episode as well. I think it is to do with like these people want to get the best photos, they want to get the best shots, and these probably aren't the people that would normally be in mosh pits and stuff like that. So they're up here doing this, taking their pictures, doing whatever, and all of a sudden they realise that there's a circle pit going on around them, and then they're in the shit, and then they do get knocked over, or they're trying to get out and they get ran over by someone, or. You know, and things like that. But I don't think it's been injuries. I think it's been just people fainting. I think it's mainly people like fainting and collapsing. I don't think it's like people getting punched or kicked and stuff like that.
You do get crushed at the front. So there are people that were probably standing there all day and it was boiling as well. So you probably had someone pass out and they were like, stop, because you got to get this person out. Because it's dangerous for someone to be crushed if they're unconscious.
Also, again, then be smarter. Be smarter. Yeah. Make sure you've got plenty of water with you. Ask the security for some water. Just make sure you're eating properly. Drink enough water to sustain yourself. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no excuse for not doing that. Doesn't matter how young or old you are. Just drink some fucking water.
It's all experience. It's all experience, I guess. Some people do drink water, other people don't. It's just the way it is. Some people feel like they can survive without water. I get it, but I think it's a mix of a lot.
I'm no scientist, but I'm going to tell you right now. You definitely cannot survive without water.
No. Well, I think it's a mix of things. I don't think it's one thing in particular. I think it's changes in attitude, changes in the type of security, changes that the way metal shows look. You know, metal music especially seems to be getting lower and heavier and heavier. And heavier, and maybe that's having an impact as well on shows and the way people are
as a whole, across the whole weekend, I think it just put a real downer on everything. And like I said before, I don't want anyone to get hurt, and I feel sorry for the people who were injured or were affected in any way. But like at the same time, I'm like, it ruined so thousands and thousands of people's fun and bands that they wanted to really see, especially a headline act as well. Like. Some people may have just paid money for the day just so they could come and see Architects.
Yeah.
And then, they're not getting the experience that they wanted. And I understand that you don't always get the experience that you wanted, but this time it wasn't because the band were playing bad or the sound wasn't good or stuff that normally happens at festivals. It was because people, were getting unnecessarily injured or fainting and stuff like that. And I just think it was so ripe this year. It was crazy. If it was a few like situations where it happened a couple of times over the weekend, I'd be more understanding about it. But the fact it was pretty much every single fucking band I saw over the weekend, it was just crazy.
It did seem to be quite prevalent this time.
Mental.
Coxie, should we get your feelings on it quickly, and then we'll move on to Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, so I think it sounds like a lot of the injuries were from crowd surfers being dropped, and you just made me think then that when you said about the phone culture, it's like back in 15, 20 years ago, if you had crowd surfers coming over, you're ready for them, you're waiting to help them across. Whereas when you got 50% of the people with their phones in the air, looking at their phones, looking at they're not ready to sort the people behind them out. So that's probably why so many people were getting dropped. And then people complaining that crowd surfers are being dropped on them or kicking them in the head. And it's like, is that only because half of the people or less are actually helping them get to the front? So, it's a big thing. It's a big thing, the phone thing. It seems like crowd surfing is a big thing all of a sudden again anyway. I'm not saying it ever stopped, but everyone wants to crowd surf for the first time. Everybody wants to have their photo or video taken while they're crowd surfing. I've seen so many people posting saying, I crowd surfed during this song. Did anybody get my picture? And it's like, I would be embarrassed to be asking for that online, if I'm honest. I
mean, it is cool. I get why someone would want to crowd surf, because it's fun, it's cool. Even if you do it only once, it is a really cool experience to have. So I get that bit of it totally. And personally, I think crowd surfing makes shows better.
Yeah,
I think it makes people more interactive with the show. I think it makes the band go more mental. I'm all for crowd surfing. I think I hate when venues have no crowd surfing policies. I really hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun and it's well within your right as a fan to be like. Remember in 2023, Simon, we were watching Metallica and we were watching loads of other bands. How many people we helped up that wanted to crowd surf? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like there was
loads. Korn was. We were helping crowd surfers over our heads every friggin' 2 minutes. It was insane.
Yeah,
but again, I think
because they saw how high I could get them up. Like, they were like people
from
were
downtown.
Like, coming back and, like, they were literally like. Remember, Simon? It was like 6 or 7 people in a row at one point. I was like, I'm missing the show here because people were like, oh, that guy's tall. He could probably get us like right over there. But then you're right, Adam, about the whole dropping things because we'd get some people up. They'd go about 4 rows in front of us, and then you just see him disappear, and you're like, oh, he's gone. Or she's gone. They've just been dropped.
Did you help anybody up that didn't want to go up? You said those people wanted.
Yeah. To be fair, there was a guy.
You go up anyway.
Guy next to me. Who was
up you go.
There was a guy next to me who was really pissing me off. He kept on barging me, so I was like, "Well, you're fucking going."
Yeah. In the end, Adam was going this guy, and me and him were just going.
Yeah.
And then he's going.
Did you make it to the front, Simon? Simon, did you make it to the front?
Yeah. I did. He's like, this guy, get him. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
So this guy's annoying the fuck out of me. Simon, come here.
That's amazing. That's genius.
Yeah, I went over 2 or 3 times, weirdly.
Oh, what, during Korn?
Yeah, he kept coming back and standing next to me. I was like, can you fuck off, mate?
I should be getting this at the moment, but I'm not. Just having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's like a kid on a ride. It's like a kid on a slide. You know when they keep going back round for more. That was him. No, but
sorry.
So,
Coxie, you were saying. I think get to your point. Sorry.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I've said pretty much everything, but I know I've said before. I crowd surfed 3 times during Iron Maiden in 2007, and it was amazing. But at no point was I ever close to being dropped. Like I said, it was packed. There was so many people, but there were so many hands underneath me. But now, the fact that people are getting dropped, there's something is a problem, and I would put money on it being phones. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't usually get in the crowd to witness what's actually happening.
Maybe it might be a more widespread culture thing because we were always taught as metalers to look after the people at the show. You know, even when you were moshing with people, you were pushing them around. You know, someone was behind you or in front of you, and you're in a mosh pit's the safest one. I mean, circle pit's the safest one, by the way, because you're basically just walking in a circle. But if anyone fell down, if you're running at some speed, you always help that person up. Whenever I went down, I always felt a hand on my shoulder, someone pulling me up. Whenever I crowd surfed or someone else was crowd surfing, you're always trying to look after that person. Even if you don't know them, you'll never meet them again. You are in charge of helping that person because we're a community. The community is more disjointed than it's ever been, let's be honest. So maybe the actual depth of the culture isn't a help your fellow metaler anymore. Maybe that's just not the culture. Yeah. It's a kind of, he's going over, can't be bothered. Whereas Foying, it's like, help this guy up.
I'm holding my phone, I can't do anything, sorry.
Help this guy up, help this girl up. Like someone falls over in the pit. You are to get that person up as quickly as you possibly can as a team. And I think bands don't reiterate that.
I've had it before when I've been in mosh pits and stuff, right? And there's been like a small lady or something next to me. Even if I didn't know them, there's been so many situations where I've literally just like sort of put my arms around them like that. And just so because you could see them getting like battered and stuff. And you just look after them. Even if you don't know them, it's not nothing like weird or anything like that. It's like, oh shit, like this like smaller person in front of me is getting smashed all over the place, so you just like protect them and help them. Like, that's just, I think, and like you said, I think that just seems to be like not really there anymore.
Also with the bands, you'd see like, I want to use bands like Lamb of God, Devil Driver, Chimera as examples. The first thing they would say on stage is, you see that motherfucker go down, you pull him straight back up. Like it was like, it's like you had to say that because we're all here as one. We're all here for metal. Someone goes down, pop them straight back up again. You don't really hear bands say that anymore. So maybe it's to do with the bands also spreading the culture of helping each other. I mean, we're gone into a whole wider thing now, but I think that all of these reasons we've said have maybe compounded into what Download is now.
Being stopped so
and,
much.
And that, that could be a possibility. But anyway, discuss further, and it's a good point to stop. If you want to discuss that further, you should come over and join our Discord, because we've got an amazing community over there, and we will probably be talking largely about this subject. So come over to our Discord, link in the description wherever you're listening or watching this, and join that. So moving on from that, Adam, you did watch Guns N' Roses, not brother of mine, Coxie, other brother.
Well, actually, before he does go on to Guns N' Roses,
go on.
When I finished Architects,
I
walked over to Guns N' Roses. I walked over to Guns N' Roses. I watched it for about 3 minutes. I heard the squealing, horrific tones of Axl Rose, and then I went back to camp. That was my experience of Guns N' Roses this year.
Fair enough. Right, Coxie, how was Guns N' Roses, and how much of it did you end up watching?
I watched 3 songs, and it felt like about 45 minutes. That's not. I don't mean that as a mocking thing. It is I know it's funny to say, and so I know. I went over. I walked back over with Alex after All American Rejects. It was. I can't remember which song it was that was on, but I think it might be one of my favorite songs again. Could have been Rocket Queen again or something.
Nice.
And I was just like, he was walking. I was probably going to go up a little bit further, but I was like, oh, do you know what? No, I'm staying here. I'm gonna stand and watch these for a bit. Bear in mind, I said that I was quite pissed most of the day, because I didn't enjoy them the way I said I would. You know, I was talking them up in the lead up to it, saying, you know, I'm going to be there. I'm going to enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it, but it was down to me more than anything. I'm not, you know, I wouldn't try and say that Guns N' Roses aren't enjoyable. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind for them at that time. So yeah, they're playing one of my favorite songs, I think. And then it went into a guitar solo or something like they do, and it just seemed to last forever and dragged the song out. And after that bit, they went back into the song. And it was about 10 minutes after I'd been there that the song finished, and I was like, okay. And I'm sure that the 2 songs they played after that, they did the same things. They did like a middle bit that went off on their own. I don't even remember which songs they were, but yeah, after a bit, I was just thinking, do you know what? I'm a little bit bored of this, a little bit drunk. If I would say if I was sober, I would have enjoyed it, but I know I said in 2018 I was massively pissed on wine, and I enjoyed it. So I don't know. Like I said, it's on me that I didn't enjoy it, not on Guns N' Roses. I don't think, you know, his voice isn't what it used to be.
No,
but the music is, and you know, if you like them for the music, I'm sure you would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the general consensus of Guns N' Roses is all the hardcore Guns N' Roses fans really liked it, and everyone else was just a bit meh.
Yeah,
which I think is what we would have expected anyway. Like, we both agreed. I mean, I love Guns N' Roses on record. I don't really have that much interest in seeing them live, if I'm honest.
Yeah. A couple of interesting things. Well, definitely one interesting thing. They were on 20 minutes early.
Shut the front door. Axl Rose turned up to a show early? What is happening?
Well, yeah, because he needs the cash these days, doesn't he?
This is when, right, you need to do some sort of check to see if Shazam is a real film, and check all of those Mandela effect things, because if he's early for a show, you have crossed into another version of Earth. Okay, that you need to check all the things that you know the Mandela effect causes, and say, check they're all right, because if they're different, you have moved over into another version of Earth's multiverse.
Yeah. Interestingly, we had an interesting chat when I met you on the Tuesday about simulation theory, which we went into for a Patreon episode. We should probably do that again sometime.
Yeah, we went into some real
fun
detail.
Yeah. But yeah, so he was on early, 20 minutes early. They were meant to start like 7:35, something like that, and he came on 7:15, I think it was. So it's like, why is he early? What's going on? Something is weird here. But I heard, so I never checked this. I never double checked, but I heard one person that night say he just left the stage at about 10:15. So he left the stage maybe 45 minutes early. No, thank you for coming out. No, thank you for watching us. We enjoyed it or anything like that. Just finished playing and left. Could have been. I never checked it. I'm pretty sure they're talking about Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses, but it sounds like something similar happened with Architects. So maybe I caught the wrong end of the stick on that. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah. So he did leave early, possibly.
Okay. Well,
I'd gone by that point.
I would probably say that's the last time they're ever going to headline. So I hope that the Guns N' Roses fans enjoyed it. And I am a fan. I'm just not a live fan, but fair play to him. At least it thingied. So quickly, because we've been on Saturday for a long, long time, quickly tell me about what you guys did on Saturday night, and we should move on to Sunday. Brother of mine, what did you do?
This would be quite easy for me.
Let me guess. Let me take a wild guess, right? No.
There was nobody to lead you astray on Saturday night, so you were in bed by 9:30.
No. Well, no, because Luke and that lot were still there.
Oh yeah.
So the plan was right. This was the plan. Go away, go back to the tent, get some drinks, and then Mode Step were on at 1:00 in the morning in the doghouse. So that's sweet. This is the plan. All right, cool. Went back to tent. I said to Luke, I'll see you later. I'll meet you at the same place that we normally meet at the doghouse. He was like, yeah, sweet, cool, no problem. I was like, all right, sweet, see you later. Got back to tent, sat down, had a couple of drinks. I was just sitting there, just browsing through stuff on my phone. And then all of a sudden it was Sunday morning. I'd fallen asleep. Yeah, I was just laying down, just chilling, just drinking a couple of beers, just be like, just relaxing a bit before I had to, because it wasn't until 1:00 and I didn't watch Guns N' Roses, so I had a bit of time. So, yeah, I was just chilling, and then all of a sudden I woke up and it was probably about 11:30, 12:00 on Sunday.
Oh my God. So how long did you sleep for? Like 14 hours or something?
Mate. Yeah, I slept for about 14 hours, mate.
Oh my God.
And I missed Mode Step.
Oh, that's really annoying. I know how much you wanted to see them as well, because last year got messed up for you. And this year you friggin' slept through it, you idiot.
Yeah, I know. I'm not, obviously just not meant to see them.
No.
It is what it is. So I pretty much had the same day as Adam did on the Wednesday, but on the Saturday. But not on purpose.
Now I'm expecting Adam Coxey to say, oh man, I went raving. I saw Mode Step. I stayed out till 3 a.m.
I saw Mode Step.
You two have just reversed. See? Axl Rose turning up was an alternate dimension. Adam went to bed early at Download.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the same evening, Axl Rose turned up early and Adam went to bed early. What is happening here?
It's not right, mate.
No.
So, Coxey, what did you end up doing after Guns N' Roses? Or after you went?
I had been invited to... my cousin's daughter was having an engagement party up at District X. It was meant to be, she said, 12:00 by District X. By District X, but at the left side of the doghouse. So we got back.
Right.
I sat down at the tents, and it was very cold. And we ended up playing. I decided I wasn't going to go, and signal was rubbish, so I didn't message or anything. But we ended up playing Ring of Fire with the people at camp. Played a couple of games there. That was quite cool. And so my cousin's daughter, I'll just say Saz from now on instead of saying my cousin's daughter every time. Saz, she messaged me at 1:15 saying, "Oh, we're moving it up to the Den for 1:00." And it got warmer a little bit by this point, and I was like, do you know what? The fact that she updated me, even though I didn't show up and I didn't let her know I wasn't showing up, she updated me anyway. So I messaged her back and said, look, I'm old and cold and I wasn't going to come out. but because you updated me, I'm on my way. So I went out.
Oh, that's nice.
I went out
of
at 1:45. I went into town at 1:45.
Wow! Yes, mate. Yes, this is amazing. This is good stuff. What happened? Was it good? Did you meet up?
This
Say
is
hello
the
to
fucking
everyone?
Twilight Zone.
Something's happened, mate. Axl Rose has changed, made us shift. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no afternoon naps for me. Like I said, it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't come to one download, and you two have switched roles and all sorts of crazy shit happening.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like you're the glue that holds us together.
I really am. You lot are lost. You're all over the place without me. I don't know what you're all doing.
Yeah.
Well, I needed to be Simon. Well, I replaced you, didn't I, Simon, this year? So I had to do the things that you would do.
That's true. That's true.
and that is on a Saturday night. Not go to the doghouse and just go to bed.
Yeah, I am known to do that, but I still party at least 2, maybe 3 nights. So,
Yeah,
but 2 nights, I definitely just go. See you later, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the den was quite cool. I think I took my crate of Magners up with me. There was, I don't think there was anything too interesting on it. It was just like a DJ or something. And I was up there with them for about an hour, maybe an hour and a quarter. I think it was about 2:00. I was like, right, yep, you're all dancing. I don't dance. I've had enough now. I'm going to bed. So I'll see you later.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice of you to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool. It was nice to meet. I mean, I haven't seen her in about 14 years, and she was like 8 years old or something stupid last time I saw her. So, but like she heard what we do and was like, oh, that's cool. So started following us on Facebook and like chatting over Messenger a bit and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool being invited to a wedding and everything. Yeah, that was my Saturday night. But yeah, like I said, I was pretty much pissed every even Friday night. I didn't go out, but I still got quite drunk. So
do you know what? When you said ring of fire,
I couldn't get drunk on Saturday. I couldn't get drunk at all.
Could you not? You'd bottomed out.
I'd consumed so much alcohol over those first like three days that
I
was drinking all day as well, and I just couldn't get drunk. I just couldn't get pissed at all.
Those days are dangerous though. Because I've definitely had days like that where, but I think it's like you're drinking slowly because you don't want to be drinking it, and like you after about 2 or 3 hours, you're like, I don't feel anything from this alcohol. But if you want to get drunk, you go, right, it's time for spirits then. Let's find the Dippy Donuters or Dylan who have got all the spirits.
Oh no,
and just
I was
drink
doing
them
all of that, dude. I was drinking anything under the sun, and it just
really?
wasn't happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I drank a load of vodka when I got back to the tent and everything, and just nothing was happening.
Really? Okay. Right.
Yeah, mate. I just consumed so much that I think my body would just be like, "No, you're all right, mate.
Okay.
Just go to sleep for 14 hours.
Go to sleep.
Go
Hold
to
on.
sleep.
Let me just get. Give me 2 seconds.
Give me 2, give me 5, give me that chance.
Ooh, yeah.
Apparently, those Metallica shows that were happening recently were absolutely out of this world. Apparently, but anyway, let's move on.
What have they got a new drummer?
So Sunday, we'll move on to Sunday. So Sunday, quickly, we'll get into the bands. Coxie, what did you do on? You had quite a late night, so what did you do on Sunday morning? What time did you wake up, bud?
I woke up quite early. Like I said, I felt fine. Packed my stuff up, and I was at South Car Park for about 12:30. I think I must have left around 11 because I gave myself an hour. No, it wasn't 12:30, 11:30. So I must have left about 10. Give myself an hour to get there. I managed to find a shuttle bus. So I know you said briefly about what we did before we get into the bands, but shuttle bus is a big thing I want to talk about. If you don't mind,
you go for it, bud.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, Kelly was bringing my son up on the Sunday. I had to get my stuff to the car park that she was going to be in, which was south, which was a long walk. But up by where like the co-op is, the bit of concrete where the co-op is, near the entrance there, I saw some shuttle buses, and I was like, I wonder if we can.
Yeah,
use
it's like
them.
a little hub there, isn't there? At the top of that hill.
That's where you get the shuttle buses to like Rock Retreat and things like that. But yeah, they went all around the festival. So you could get to the transport hub. There were 3 or 4 different shuttle buses, and they were free, but they were never advertised as being free.
Yeah, okay.
Which bothers me. Like, they were running all weekend. You know, people could have used them if they needed to. I never saw anything from Download about them. The only thing I saw from Download about the shuttle buses was access people could use them to get from North Car Park down to like the west entrance for free because they're access. So I was like, okay, maybe other people have to pay for it. But no, I managed to get the shuttle bus.
I've been on the shuttle bus a couple of times, and I've never known them to not be free.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would be, but just that's all I'd seen. The wording was access can use them for free. It didn't say that anybody else could use them or if you had to pay for them. But yeah, it used to be a standard thing. They used to go around the track,
Unless
didn't
they
they?
just thought you looked disabled.
I was going to say to you, please tell me that it went on the track, because when you used to get it used to go on the track, and you were like, yes, we're riding the track in a shuttle bus. This is awesome.
No, it went from that west entrance on the main roads over to the old entrance.
Not across
that
the
had
track anymore.
The bridge over the way we always used to go in with the bridge over the.
That's got some memories.
Yeah,
that does.
So many memories. It's a good job I could get the bus because the stuff I had, it would have taken about 2 hours for me to walk from where I was to south. So yeah, that's all I did. Sunday morning, packed up, went and met Kelly and Soren, and walked in with them for about 12, 1:30, I think, something like that.
Nice. Adam, brother of mine.
Yes.
You went up early, but you'd slept a lot. So please tell me that you felt great on Sunday morning.
I felt not hungover, which was great, but I was just absolutely knackered at this point. Like, I think I'd had too much sleep. So I woke up at probably about 12:30, 1-ish. And then I just sat around for ages. Just sat around in the porch, just like drinking like soft drinks and stuff, because I never drink on the Sundays really anyway. And obviously at this point I've decided that I was going to go home on Sunday instead of the Monday morning like I usually do.
Okay.
So I got all my stuff packed up and all that probably for about, after I chilled for a couple of hours, so it's probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. I was packed on my way to the car, put that all in the car, got it all packed away and stuff. And then I literally went and just sat around in the arena for ages, just eating and just having a drink and stuff. And then I popped into the press area. Like I said, it was nothing exciting. I walked in and there wasn't really anything going on in there. I was in there for maybe about like 5 minutes. And then went out again because I was like, well, I don't really know what to do while I'm in here. I'm like, there's not really anything happening. So I just left again, essentially, is what I did.
Nice.
And I didn't see a band until much later in the day. I only saw two and a bit bands that day, to be honest. So, or one and a bit bands, actually.
Well, tell me what the first band you saw was, so then we can get Adam's run up to that.
Spineshank.
Oh, that is quite late in the day. All right, Coxie. Coxie, what bands did you see on Sunday, sir?
So the first band we saw was Rory, who was really good. You will know that my son doesn't like swearing. He's told you off before for swearing too much on the podcast, hasn't he? And we said to him, "There's going to be swearing at Download, all right? You're going to hear some. Just you can't be angry at everybody." Rory swore literally, no, maybe not literally. I'm not one of those people. Every other word it felt like Rory said was a swear. I was like, I told him there's be a little bit of swearing, but does it need to be?
Was he standing there like hands on hips, just looking, going, "Oh my god, this is"? Unbelievable.
No, I think he was just a little bit overwhelmed to begin with. You know, he didn't really react to it that much, but yeah, just taking it all in. He enjoyed it. I think he hasn't really heard much Rory, but I enjoyed what I heard. She did a whole big emotional speech, like Shinedown does, which hit you in the feels a little bit. But yeah, no, it was great. But we parked our chairs up sort of quite far back as well. Not down in the front. Don't get angry with us, people listening. Quite far back.
That's a trigger. So you say chairs, that's a trigger for some people. They start going mental.
Yeah. And we pretty much wanted to stay in the same spot all day. So one of us was always sort of wandering off and coming back while the other one stayed with Soren, or one of us stayed with the chairs and the other one went off with Soren. So yeah, we saw everybody from quite far back sat down. I don't want to say.
So was that main stage?
Yeah,
You were just saying that?
Rory was main stage. Did we see anybody on any other stages? Don't think we did. Yeah, just main stage. We stayed out pretty much all day.
Nice. So how were Bloodywood? Because they're always bloody good.
I wasn't paying too much attention to them. I managed to see maybe 3 or 4 songs, and it felt good. Yeah, it sounded good. It felt good. Yeah, they were doing some cool speeches as well. But yeah, I wasn't paying enough attention to give a detailed analysis. But yeah, I mean, they were great. I've said I do like Bloodywood.
Yeah, I think in 2023 they were probably like my second or third favourite band of the weekend because they were just insanely good. I always like a Bloodywood show. Then did you watch the Pretty Reckless after that? Sit through those as well?
I think we were. Yeah, I walking around at that point. No, I think I'd gone to get everybody some food at that point. So I was walking around. I think I went to the toilet and I went to get some food and some drinks. So I didn't really pay much attention to them at all, really, either.
Okay, and then just running through the bands on the main stage, and then what about Ice Nine Kills?
And
Did you stay and watch
Ice Nine Kills? Were very good, incredible. Probably shouldn't have taken my 8-year-old son to watch them because they brought. Spoiler alert! They brought. There was like 12 deaths or something on stage.
Nice.
They brought a baby out, set fire to it, and then Art the Clown was swinging it around while it was on fire by his umbilical cord. And we said to someone, like, "Don't tell your schoolmates about any of this, all right, man? just you don't need to tell them about this." But yeah,
it's great. I've seen their live show. It's very. I'm not really a fan of their music, but I'd watch them just because their live show is so inspired by like horror movies and stuff. I'd love it.
Yeah, really good.
Did he do the American Psycho jacket and axe bit? Because they do that bit all the time as well, where he does all of the like Christian Bale dancing and then he's like chopping heads off with the fucking thing and all that shit.
He probably did. But I couldn't see the stage the whole time. I was sat down for a bit of it as well.
Okay. And then did you get
No,
up to go to Spineshank, or did you watch Bad Omens? That's the question.
Neither, really.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, we were there for Bad Omens. I have got something to say about it. Do you want me to go next or go over to Spineshank?
I'm really surprised that you didn't just go to Spineshank.
Yeah. It was busy as fuck for Bad Omens. Like, so busy. So, like, we were, like I've said a few times, we were sat down, we had our chairs there, and people were just filling gaps everywhere, you know, and it was packed. And like I said, we were still quite far back as well. So I assumed everyone had finished everywhere else and they were getting ready to watch Linkin Park, the headliner. Obviously, people enjoy Bad Omens as well, but I was just assuming that was it. That was just going to get busier and busier and busier, like the closer we got to Linkin Park. But no, it cleared out completely after Bad Omens, and it didn't get anywhere near as busy for Linkin Park as it did for Bad Omens where we were. It was
that's probably because Bad Omens are very much a band of the moment. They're very much relevant.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you just have a covers band headlining your festival, it's a bit different, isn't it? But I'm joking.
Oh,
people, I'm
joking, we recorded for about 2.5
I
hours
get what you
last time. An hour and a half in
joking.
4 hours you've waited to say that.
I have indeed.
Get that one
we'll
in.
we'll talk more about Linkin Park in a second. But yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't like Bad Omens. I don't see what the big deal is about. But obviously, there are a lot of people that do. So I'm, even though I don't like them, I'm happy that a new band is drawing that amount of people in. You know, like absolutely filling out a main stage at a festival takes a lot for a band. But they are very much a band of the moment. They are absolutely huge at the moment. So
Yeah.
I could see why that. Were they any good?
It's strange. I didn't pay any attention to them really. I was sat down. I think I might have been walking around to get more food at this point because it had been a few hours. Yeah, Roy was on like 1 and Bad Omen was on like 7. Yeah, so I was walking around to get food. Someone wanted some churros. I was out. Yeah, I was walking around for about an hour, and the churros queue was massive. So I did actually see a bit of a Day to Remember. Maybe like 4 or 5 songs while I was stood in the queue for the churros. And
how was that? Yeah. They're a pretty popular band at Download, aren't they?
They are, yeah. And it was good. Like I've said, I don't know why I don't like them. Well, not that I don't like them. I don't know why I didn't give them more of a chance to listen to them. I was never interested in checking them out, so I never did. But
yeah, I think they are in your they're in your wheelhouse, aren't they? So it is kind of weird how you haven't got into them.
Yeah, I just never picked them up, but I would listen to them. I think I need to try them.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should go away and just listen to a couple of albums and really get into them. So the next time they play, you're like, fucking yes.
Yeah.
Day to Remember are playing.
Into it a bit more.
So Adam, how were Spineshank?
Awesome.
Yeah?
They were awesome. I managed to get inside the tent as well, which is nice.
Nice.
And yeah, it was awesome. Again, they just played all the big boy tracks. They played all their big hits, and it was a lot of fun. You could tell that a lot of the people who were in there were like of my age as well. Like there wasn't a lot of young people in there for Spineshank.
Yeah.
Because I think with Linkin Park, like Linkin Park are quite generational, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? A lot of people listen to Linkin Park, young, old, whatever. Now, obviously, the new fans of Linkin Park. So you'd have a lot of variety there. But for bands like Spineshank, who didn't continue to be as popular after the early...
Well, they just stopped,
2000s,
basically, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, after the earliest 2000s, then yeah, it was just me and a load of other 40-year-old men, essentially. But it was awesome. They were great. I've never seen them before, so that was cool. And yeah, they were cool. The sound was really good, and it was just fucking awesome.
That's one of the bands I'm really jealous about on this that I didn't see. And I'm really... I don't like to say this because everyone's okay in the band, but Static X, them cancelling is annoying on twofold because I adore Creeper and Creeper got to do a headline set. And also Static X cancelled, which is great because I'm sure they'll come back next year and I'll get to see them again.
Yeah.
It's like a double-edged blade with the Static X cancelling thing. Let's move on then. So I assume you both watched Linkin Park.
Well, shall I tell you what I did with Linkin Park, and then Adam can go into it with a little bit more detail?
Okay, here we go. Go on.
I came out of Spineshank. I went and stood pretty much exactly where the exit gates are. Waited for Linkin Park to come on. She opened her mouth, and I went home. And that was it.
I mean,
of Linkin Park.
That would have
tell
been
you what,
my
it was a
exact
completely
experience.
different experience from me watching Linkin Park in 2007. I can tell you that much.
Yes, well, very, very different times, I guess. But that would have been my experience watching Linkin Park this year as well. Adam Coxey,
you'd have been standing right next to me, and we would have gone. Yep, it's time.
Yeah,
let's leave.
It's time to go. Bye bye. Coxey, how was your Linkin Park final day headlining cap off? Ending nail in the coffin of Download 2026.
not as good as I was hoping, or not as good as I was expecting. It's weird with her. Let's say that. I love some of the songs that they've done with Emily. It just didn't feel right. Some of the older songs being played, and it was good, but it just wasn't the same. It wasn't close to being what it was before. So again, it's the same as I said with Guns N' Roses. I know I was massively hyped for it, looking forward to it. Maybe part of that was just trying to trigger you a little bit, but you know, I was I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know you were. I think you were genuinely looking forward to it.
Yeah, but it did leave me a little bit disappointed. And again, it wasn't as busy as I was thinking it would be. One thing that did really annoy me was the show was stopped again during One Step Closer. Yeah, of course it was One Step Closer, and she was like, "What's going on? What's happening here?" And she was like, "Have you just lost a shoe? Is that all that's happened?" That's not what annoyed me. She went off and was like, "Okay, yeah, let's start from the top," and then she went, "Oh, we can't? Okay," and it's like they've put. I'm assuming this is what it is. They've put so many like digital effects and stuff on it, and it's part of the set, and it has to be in a certain order. They can't just play a song from the beginning anymore. They have there has to be stuff on it, so they can't go back and start again. And I was like, that is getting too much now. You know, if you can't just start a song from the beginning and play it, then.
But you've got to think about it. It's not just the band anymore. It's the backing track. It's
exactly.
The extra vocals. It's all the effects.
Exactly.
It all has to run. Yeah. It all has to, all the processing. It all has to run simultaneously. I mean, it'd be different if it was like Lamb of God and they'd be right,
everyone should do it.
Go back to the
Right.
beginning. Yeah.
Well, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit can do that because they don't have all the bells and whistles.
Well, they do have those things, but I'm sure they're more in control of them. Where I feel like a band like Linkin Park, it's all perfectly set up, like Adam was saying. Yeah, that's where that goes. That's where that goes. So I get that. That would be quite annoying.
I spoke to my friend Angus, who watched Linkin Park, and he said a similar thing to what Adam said when we got back to work. I was like, "Oh, how were Linkin Park? How did you find them?" Because I know he was looking forward to them as well, and he was like, the newer songs that are her songs, he really enjoyed because they're her songs. He goes, but her singing the old stuff was just not good.
Yeah, I think what most people were saying was like it was good. It was a good show, but it felt more like karaoke where everyone was singing. You're remembering how good the tracks were, but it's just like you said, Ad. It's just a different feeling now. It's a different vibe. That the band has a completely different energy with her, and I'm not saying that's any worse than it was with Chester. I mean, it is, but like. Do you know what I mean? Like changing that, and you know, all the band can't be bothered to show up anymore these days either. It's just it doesn't have the same vibe that it had, and obviously that was to be expected. But I did hear people saying that they enjoyed it. It was a good show. I just don't think that people have agreed that she doesn't connect with the people. Like Chester had that tattoo on his back with that thing with all the arms because one of his friends said to him once that he literally has a power of pulling people in from the crowd, like connecting with him because he made you feel things with just his performance and his lyrics and stuff. And maybe she doesn't have that pull to the same degree. I don't think anyone would have that kind of... He was a very special singer, very special person that had an aura around him that no one else did. So he's irreplaceable, as I've said before. So, excuse me. So I think that's probably what it was. Maybe people were a little bit... Maybe people that saw Linkin Park for the first time didn't feel that at all. But people that had seen Chester and had seen her, I think most of them had that as a sort of consensus as to what they felt during Linkin Park.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree. Yeah, it wasn't powerful enough. Like I said, Chester would command the crowd. He's singing. He's in charge. He's right at the center of attention. But Emily doesn't grab you the same way. I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
And yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's talk overall now. Let's end this with talking overall about how we felt about the festival and what we're seeing. Now, I just want to say quickly before we go into all that, the reason I chose this year not to go was because I genuinely thought that I wasn't going to enjoy Guns N' Roses or Linkin Park as headliners. I think that a lot of the lineup I was quite jealous of, because I thought the undercard was very strong. There was a lot of stuff in there that I really liked, and I'm kind of gutted that I missed out on a few things, mostly being Bush, Feeder, Creeper, Mastodon. There's a few bands in there.
Creeper did 4 sets
I love
in
these
the
bands
end.
every time.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it would have been a Creeper fan's dream. So if for all you Creeper fans that went, I'm really jealous. But this is, since the festival came back, and I think 2024 was the other probably quite weak headliner year, with Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, and Avenged Sevenfold. I think those are the two sort of weaker headliner years since it's come back for me. But
agreed.
Yeah, I just like the headliners, even though I love Limp Bizkit, did not. And, you know, Limp Bizkit's performance, according to everyone, wasn't quite up to par. Guns N' Roses were lower than par, and Linkin Park didn't quite feel right. So, no real home runs with the headliners this year.
No.
But it sold out almost everything. So,
I mean, I massively enjoyed Limp Bizkit, you know, from a personal perspective. But like, yeah, you're right in saying like the other two headline acts I had literally zero interest in watching. Zero. Like I knew no matter what state I was in, whatever time it was, however drunk or not drunk or tired I was, I knew in any of those situations that I wasn't going to be watching any of the Saturday or Sunday headliners at all.
Yeah.
I already knew that going into it. So for me, as a whole, headliner-wise, it was a very weak year.
I'm wondering. So, Electric Callboy were hugely popular. We all know Architects are massively popular as well. And I said Bad Omens was packed everywhere, and then it emptied out before Linkin Park. If it was those three headliners, I still reckon it would have sold out. Because of how popular,
Possibly, yeah.
Because, like you said, because they're all new. They're in the moment. They're I can't remember the phrase you used, but it seems like people coming up, they are so passionate about the new music. About mean, I guess Architects aren't particularly new, but they're so passionate
they were going for
about
8 years, but
so passionate about music like we were in the early 2000s, late 90s. But the old bands aren't as good anymore. Iron Maiden for us is still incredible.
Yeah,
I just think
that Iron Maiden are a weird one because I think there is more and more young people coming to this festival now. So I think Iron Maiden, if they were to headline next year or the year after or whatever, they would struggle to pull a crowd in. I honestly
they won't struggle, but it's not going to be 2007 levels of.
No, of course not. But like,
that.
But that's just us having to get used to the fact that the bands that we love, you know, aren't going to be as popular anymore.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even our generation. They're the generation before us.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
of course they are. Yeah,
we loved the generation before, but I don't think this generation coming up. Well, I suppose it's 2 generations away. People like Slipknot.
These three headliners underline the massive problem with Download, which is they're relying on nostalgia too much.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit, Guns N' Roses, and Linkin Park. You've booked 3 nostalgia acts.
Oh, I never thought about that, but you're fucking right, aren't you?
So what you needed to do is what the formula that Download have been doing recently is you get a new band to headline.
Yep.
You get a safe pair of hands to headline, and then you take a gamble.
Nostalgia band.
You have a nostalgia band or someone that you know is going to shift tickets. You know, like it won't be 3 nostalgia bands in 2027. It might be 1, but I can guarantee you it won't be another 3 nostalgia bands.
Well, I'm pretty sure we think most people, or at least most people, think that we're two of the bands that we think we might be getting.
Well,
next
wait,
year.
because I was going to end really quickly on that. So don't skip that. Hold those feelings for a second.
Alright.
Can we end on how your holiday went? Because we haven't asked you. You've been talking to us, asking
one
questions
cares.
for
Adam,
4.5
nobody
hours
cares.
now. Okay.
Mate, no
Nobody
one wants to
cares.
hear about my holiday. They
I
want to
care.
hear about
I
Download
care.
Festival. We'll talk
Go and
about
watch
it in the
go
next
and watch
one.
the vlog.
Yeah, I have a vlog out about my little holiday. Go and watch it. It's not actually that interesting. It was just me resting for the weekend. But it was interesting to feel better after the weekend of Download rather than feeling worse,
Yeah, okay.
which was very interesting. I felt more relaxed after coming home and not hungover, which was insane. But
doesn't
anyway, yeah.
seem
So
right.
just Download nostalgia, relying not a lot on nostalgia, remember, because of the 2000s resurgence. Limp Bizkit Nostalgia Act, Guns N' Roses Nostalgia Act, Linkin Park Nostalgia Act, and yeah, apart from Limp Bizkit, not very good ones. You know, you can't always rely on it. So I have a feeling what they're going to do. But anyway, so overall, Adam Coxey, since Download has returned, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, where does this kind of rank
Ooh.
amongst those for your downloads? Where does this one sit? And give it a score out of 5 if you can.
Yeah. Okay. So 23 was definitely the best. 22 was
Yeah,
good.
agreed.
I enjoyed 22.
Yeah, 22 was very good.
22, 24 is probably lower end, like you said. 25, who the fuck played last year? I can't remember last.
Sleep
yeah, Korn.
Token, Korn.
This is better than last year. So yeah, it's going to go
okay.
23, 22 this year. This year was incredible. Like, even though I didn't see as many bands, I loved this year. Like, the people I was with, just the stuff. I didn't stop. I didn't feel like there have been years. Well, I know you said briefly, probably, but I don't do briefly very often. There have been years where I wake up at like 6 a.m. and I just sit around at camp for a bit. I didn't do that at all. I didn't sit around very much this year. I was always doing something, which felt great.
Nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. What would you give this one out of 5?
Out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, definitely. Headliners could have been better. I think.
Shall we say a strong 4?
Yeah, a strong 4. Yeah,
Strong 4.
a capital
good
4.
Call. Wow. I like it.
Not a
Adam, brother of mine,
$sign.
where does this rank in yours?
I had a fantastic. Well, the thing is, it's hard to put it up against other downloads because I've never had a bad download. Do you know what I mean? They're all good in their own right, aren't they? Really, there's things that are, you'll find things that you enjoy more from one download to the others, and that. So it is hard to pit them up against each other. But I think since the festivals come back, I think it was probably I think it wasn't as good as last year, I don't think. But it was still good, but I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
So still good. You had a good time. You had a really good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. I did things a little bit differently this year. It was a little bit experimental this year for me. Is probably the best way to describe.
Lots of new stuff
downloads
for you to try.
Yeah,
which is
I went
hard to
about it a completely
achieve.
different way.
Yeah, hard to achieve for someone who's been going to download that this long to have loads of new things happen to you.
Yeah, and that's what I think was exciting about it. The way that I did things, the way that I wouldn't normally do them. So, but I had a great time. And like Adam said, apart from Limp Bizkit, who I absolutely loved, the headliners didn't really do it for me. The undercard was great. I watched some awesome bands. I had a good time with my friends, and so obviously I got to do the live show this year, which was one of the highs for me as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed and have watched back for the first time yesterday with my wife, and I thought it was awesome, reliving it and stuff, and that is up on YouTube now. Is that right, Ad?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone go and check it out. Go and check out the live show. Show us some support over there. Only nice things, please. No negative things. I will find out where you live.
I don't know where you live. Whoa, hang on. I think someone's hurt. Stop a minute.
I've got Simon telling me in this ear. I've got Adam telling me in this ear.
Cool.
Carry on.
But yeah, overall 3.5. I had a great time.
Good. So, that is Download Ever. Now, quickly, before we go into the normal stuff that we talk about, I will throw to Adam Cox first and then brother of mine. Really quickly, give me 3 people that are going to headline next year.
Blink, definitely. I think Deftones are coming back. Well, are coming to headline for the first time. I don't think it's going to be Foo Fighters. I don't know who the other one's going to be. It could be someone like Slipknot, maybe Rammstein, System of a Down.
So, give me 3.
3. Fuck off. Right. Blink-182, Deftones, and System.
Nice. That's pretty good lineup. Adam, brother of mine, real quick. 3 headliners next year.
Mine's similar. So I think pretty much we all pretty much know at this point that Blink-182 are going to be headlining next year. So that's number 1. I think we might get Foo Fighters. They might be the year after. We might get System of a Down. I think it's going to be one of those two. So I'll say Foo Fighters just because I want it to be Foo Fighters. And then I think we will get a band like Slipknot return. They do tend to rotate them, every between the 3 and 5 year period thing is what they like to do.
They do.
So I'll say Blink, Foo Fighters, Slipknot, and that for me would be fucking awesome.
I think any of those that you guys just said would be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Somebody in Discord write them down and we'll pin them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you saying, Simon? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm going for Blink.
Who's headlining the Cottage in Wales?
I'm going for
Sorry.
I'm going for Blink, Deftones, and Muse.
Okay.
I think they're going to save Foo Fighters for the 25th anniversary in 2028.
Possibly.
Muse is a good shout. They have headlined before. I haven't listened to the new album, but a few of you said in the Discord that it is incredible.
It's amazing. It's really good.
It might even be time for Bringley to come back at this point as well.
They could. I think it's a very high possibility. But there's probably like 5 or 6 bands that, and Bring Me or Slipknot, I think might be a possibility for next year.
Yeah,
I don't know what Bring Me are doing.
I'd love to see Rammstein come back, but I don't really know what's happening with them at the moment because they're still on a hiatus, aren't they?
Who?
Rammstein.
Yeah, Rammstein aren't really doing much for what I know. I think they might be recording, but there was the whole big Till Lindemann stuff, so they were waiting a few years for all that to blow over. I don't think they'll return next year, but I think in the next 2 or 3 years, you'll probably end up getting a Rammstein headline, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Although,
I can't wait for that.
Do they really need to? They play stadiums. These big bands like Foo Fighters, like Bring Me, other bands that play stadiums. Do you really need to play Download? Not really. You've got a stadium to play. You
don't need to, but like I said to you the other day, Simon, when we were talking, is they should want to.
Yeah. They should be sold.
They should want to do it for the people, for the experiences, and as most headliners say, that they do love playing festivals in England. Even though now they will get stopped 4 times every song, so that's a problem. Maybe that's why no one's going to headline next year.
No one. They just have sub-headliners.
Yeah, just sub-headliners, that's it.
And they'll actually say, sub-headliner slot. That's it, there's no headliners anymore.
Co-sub-headliner slot.
Co-sub-headliner.
Sub-headliner. It's going to get ridiculous. Okay, cool. We'll end it there.
Cool.
Before we go, I'm just going to say thank you very much. What's happening in my throat now? Thank you very much to our patrons who have been supporting us, and we love you very much. Thank you to March 1st 77, Joe Butler, Michael Ferris, Andy Taylor, Liam Hopwood, Tom West, Vicky Rutter, Ethan Brown, Matthew, Chris Henderson, Henry Richardson, Chris Hambridge, Alexander Toon, and James. Thank you very much for all the support. Thank you very much for wearing all the merch at Download. Thank you very much for coming to the live show and supporting us. We really do appreciate every single little bit that we get. Like I said before, if you're brand new to this, come over to the Discord. We've got an amazing community over there. I've seen loads of new people that have joined recently, so keep coming, keep joining. Even if you want to be a creepy little watcher and stay in your cupboard and just watch all the conversations like a lot of people do, you're welcome to come in and do that as well. You don't have to join in, but it's just nice to have you there. We know you're there, so we can see you, see your eyes, little eyes coming through the cupboard. So yeah, and thank you very much as well to Broken Day for supporting us during this time period, making merch. We absolutely love them doing stuff with us, and I'm sure we will keep collaborating for a long time to come. So we are going to leave it there and go. So Download 2026 is in the books, done and dusted, added to the history of the festival. Was it the greatest? No. But was it a damn good time? Certainly. So, It's a goodbye from Coxie.
Goodbye. I don't know why I said that. That's weird.
And a goodbye. And a goodbye from Adam.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.
So Simon seemed to be in a bit of a rush to finish this episode. So I figured I would come and add a few things later on because there was still so much more that I wanted to talk about. But just generally this year, I think it was really, really well organized. We didn't really seem to have too many problems getting into the arena. Of course, we all know about the queues getting into Co-op and the Megastore. There were some big queues for food as well, I saw at times, especially in District X. But at least then you know it's going to be fresh. But yeah, just generally the organization this year was really good. One of the first things that probably a lot of the guys would have noticed if you were staying in Blue Camp was that they forgot to put the urinals in though. In the sort of the middle of Blue where you've got a food store, a little shop there as well, and you've got some toilets behind it. I think there might be the same toilets that Quiet Camp use as well. But yeah, they had sort of two big blocks of portaloos, and then there's a little bit that's usually cordoned off for the urinals. And you'd walk in there, and there was no urinals. It's just a space. So I think a lot of the guys seemed to just use that space to go anyway. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I wanted to bring up, but the toilets in general as well, not general camp, but the toilets overall were really good, really clean all the time. Yes, it rained quite a lot for the first couple of days. It didn't get too muddy. And that's when the toilets can be at their worst, is when people just traipse some mud into the toilets, and it just piles and piles of mud on the floor at all times. But yeah, every toilet I went into was clean. Every time I went into one, there was toilet roll. Yeah, just generally really good. I really thought they did a good job on the toilets this year. What else? There's a couple of things I saw for the first time ever this year. And that was, one of them was people on bikes. I'm not really sure what the deal is there. I had an idea many years ago now, because it was such a long walk to, from everywhere. It was a business plan. We all have those. The business plan was get a tandem and cycle people from the campsite to the arena or something, charge them £10, clearly knowing that you're not going to be allowed a tandem in there. It was just a funny thought, but I saw, I think, 2 people with bikes this year. One person, I think they went into the arena with it. No, maybe not. They were told to get off it and walk it, and I was like, well, how are you even allowed a bike in here anyway? And there was another guy, I think, coming out of the access. It was actually in the arena as well, coming out of the access campsite, I believe, that's right next to the arena, on a bike. I don't know where he was going. But yeah, that was insane. If anybody knows anything about that, how you can get them in, if it's just an access thing, which would make sense, then yeah, I'd love to hear it. Another access thing, I'm going to assume is no. What I saw about one in RIP, there's a couple of dogs I saw. Of course, they would have been emotional support dogs, I assume. Which is fair enough. I've never really looked into that kind of thing. Why? So I've never really looked into that kind of thing, and how accepted they are along the same lines as guide dogs. But yeah, it's cool. But saw a couple of dogs for the first time, which was again a new thing after all these years. It's good to see downloaders evolving with people's needs and things like that. I think next year we will try to get we'll email them and say that we need our emotional support Patreons to come in with us, and then anybody who's a Patreon might be able to come in with us. I don't know. We'll try it. But what else was there? There was I talked about food earlier. Food generally was really good as well. I tried loads of different things. Obviously, Bunnyman's Bunny Chow was really good as always. I had some noodles. If along the same line as Bunnyman's Bunny Chow, I went to go there on the Sunday, and they'd run out of bread. They was doing the chili in a just a tray, which was weird. Like I walked around the corner and there was like almost no queue. But there was a queue still, so I was like, what the hell's going on here? And so clearly the bread is one of the main things that people like about Bunnyman's Bunny Chow. People don't want it if it's not in the bread, which I get, because I didn't want it in without the bread. So at the other end of that line where they were, there was this curry place, and I thought it was going to be mid for what I was paying for it, but it was absolutely incredible. Just wasn't very filling. I think it was something like £12.50, but it wasn't that. It wasn't massively filling. I was gonna go and get Kelly and my son some noodles afterwards. I thought I'd eat mine, and once I finished it, I was thinking I'm gonna get myself some noodles as well. But by the time I got to the front of the queue at the noodle place, I think it had settled a bit, and it had filled me up a little bit more at that point. So yeah, maybe it was just deceiving how little I thought it filled me up to begin with. The chairs, I know I obviously said that we took our chairs in for the Sunday. I fully agree with a lot of other people that chairs should be not that chairs should be banned, but that there should be a no chair zone at all stages. I didn't see any of the chairs that were down sort of close to the front of the stage or anything like that, but they must have been there. A lot of people saw them and posted about them or called them out, and I fully agree. One thing that did annoy me was I said we were sat quite far back just before Bad Omens came on. I think it was a band before Bad Omens. Somebody had finished and somebody was on the second stage, so there was just a sea of people coming from the main stage to going over to second, and people were clearly complaining about the chairs as they were trying to get through us. But you could see just in front, I don't know, about 10 meters in front of where we were, there was a walkway, and nobody was sat in the walkway. So you could clearly see people with chairs were being considerate. They weren't sat with their chairs on the walkway. Nobody was. It was just the people walking wanted to take the path. No, that's wrong. I was going to say path of least resistance, but there was lots of resistance because of chairs. They wanted to take the shortest path. They wanted to take the shortest path possible, which probably ended up being longer time-wise because they had to get through all the chairs. If they just stuck to the path and went round, they would have had no problems. So that bothered me. People just moaning for the sake of moaning and not actually using their brains. Saying about the co-op queue earlier, I only went in the co-op 2 or 3 times, and only when it wasn't busy. The queue for it was insane. You could tell. I might have said it in the first episode of the review, but you could tell it was a sold out year. It was very, very busy at all times, everywhere. So a lot of people are saying that it was oversold. That's not possible. Download or Live Nation, almost, they will know they would get into a lot of legal trouble if they were caught out for overselling it. So they just wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't take that risk. They'd lose so many licenses. Yeah, it was just busy because it was sold out, and that's what being sold out is like. But generally, it was a great festival. I know some people had maybe struggled with how busy it was with anxiety and things like that. Luckily for me, I was okay. I wasn't too bad. I just really enjoyed this year. It was such a good year for everything. I don't think we talked about Scooter. I don't think we did. But you could see from the main stage area, you could see the Avalanche stage area, and that whole area was packed for Scooter. It was so busy. The same for 5. And I know what me and Simon have said. We've said, like, we don't like the idea of 5. We don't like the idea of Scooter. We don't like the idea that it's basically like a Butlins weekend with a load of random 90s acts. That's fine. But I've also said definitely that who cares what we think? It doesn't. We're not the ones trying to make money for Live Nation to be able to keep doing this. We don't have all the stats. We don't expect Live Nation or you guys to care about our opinion on that. So, which is why we are honest about it, because it's just us. That's our opinion. Fuck our opinion, because we're not the ones trying to make money for the festival. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted there. Like I was saying, this year was such a good year. I really, really enjoyed this year. I think I worked out we were there for 108 hours, but it felt like about 5 hours. It just went. It was over so quickly. It got to the Sunday. I'm sure this happens every year, but it felt quicker this year. It got to the Sunday, and I was like, how is it Sunday already? There was actually only one person stopped me to chat to me about what we do on the Sunday, and I said the same to her. It just went so quickly. But yeah, it was great. So many people stopped me and said hello and everything. Interestingly, I would say 90% of people stopped me and mentioned YouTube, which is weird because we've only been doing the video for about 3 months now, I think, something like that. So clearly doing YouTube videos for this is a good thing. It's more work, it's more effort, but it's worth it, I think. But yeah, it's still nice that people were stopping me to chat and say hello and everything anyway. It's just been building over the years. But yeah, I love the fact that people are stopping and wanting to chat to me and ask how the festival's going and everything, and saying they enjoy our stuff. We enjoy you coming up to us and speaking to us about that. And it just lets us know that we're appreciated and our efforts are worth putting our efforts are worth doing. That's not the right phrase. But yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it for what we do. A couple more things I had written down here. The PayPal card. You could. I wish I did that. We might have brought this up last time. But I wish I had applied for the PayPal card to get 20% off. I think I spent about £600 a download overall. If I was using the PayPal debit card for that, it would have been £120 I would have saved, and that's a lot of money when you think about it. It was just I didn't really know much about it until I was at download, and with a rubbish signal. I didn't really want to look it up. I didn't want to take the risk of looking it up and not finding all the information that I needed. And because it is a big thing signing up for a debit card, I assume. I know some people did it. If you did it and found, I'm 20% off of everything. Is incredible especially at download. But yeah, if you had any negatives about it after the festival, so I don't know, because it sounded too good to be true. I think is basically what I'm trying to say. Sign up to us, get 20% off. That's an incredible deal. So part of me was like, okay, what's the catch? So I didn't look into it because I knew I had rubbish signal. But yeah, let me know. Was there a catch? Was there not a catch? I'd love to know. Oh, there's another thing I've got written down, which is in the wrong place. I should have talked about it with the food. Alexander's friend from Yorkshire was there. And it was interesting that, so Alex has talked about this guy for a few times. He used to have a pie shop, or a pie stall. And then he was doing Yorkshire pudding wraps, which I had. That was one of the first things I had, actually, and it was incredible. But Alex said that he wasn't allowed to use the name, or wasn't allowed to use Yorkshire puddings in his name, or in the stall name on the signs or anything like that, which is interesting. It shows that Download care. It shows that they care about their reputation, I guess, more than anything else. But yeah, they. I couldn't believe they actually put that into writing and said you're not allowed to use that. But yeah, I think he ended up just calling himself Roast Dinners or something like that. But it was Roast Dinners in Yorkshire wrap, which was it was amazing, so good. So if you see him, yeah, go and get food from him. He's very, very good. Yeah, that's everything I've written down. So yeah, thank you for checking us out. I think I'm going to put this at the end. So thank you for being here to the end as well. Come and join the Discord, follow us on social media, join the Patreon, and hopefully we can get you all in as our emotional support Patreons next year. But yeah, I think that's everything I had written down. I just wanted to say thank you again to all the people that I was camped with who took me in for the weekend: Alexander, Roxanne, and Vicky. We've known you guys for a long time, but everybody else, who's it, Tyler and Connor, Chloe and Jay. Yeah, it was great to meet you guys this year as well, and camp with you and just chill out when I was actually at camp, because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't there that much really. But yeah, I just had a really, really good time this year, and I hope next year is just as good or better. So yeah, thank you all for getting this far in the video for a start, or the podcast. We appreciate every single one of you who listens, even if it's just these episodes around Download. We love what we do, and we're glad that just some people enjoy what we do as well. So yeah, thank you all so much. And either back to the episode or that's it. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet.